use to keep track of all my aquariums. It's called AquaticLog. So you just got to go to www.aquaticlog.com and then go ahead. If you don't have an account already, just sign up. Okay, I know they have a 14-day free trial on the pro membership. And then if you decide you like it, it's $25 a year. I've been using it for a long time now, and I actually really do like it. And you'll see why here in a second. So once you get your credentials, you can log in. All right, do that. Now, I'm going to show you my reef tank. We're not going to really get into any of the other ones, but I'm going to show you how to set up an aquarium and then some basic knowledge that you see here on the screen. Okay, so let's go into my aquarium. So this is where you'll start off with. You can add an aquarium, put in the name, whenever date you started. So if you started that day or you started it 6 months ago, you can put that in there. And yeah, I know it's not fully protected. Anyways, and you can select the type here, the make, the model, and the dimensions, and then the water volume. Okay, so you hit add. All right. Now once that comes up, you'll be able to select your aquarium here, your active aquariums that are not retired on this section here. Okay, so we have our main reef tank that we're looking at now. Alright, so this is the timeline process here. So this is where you'll be able to activate, or basically where you can go in and pretty much see, basically take care of the whole profile from this left-hand side. You have your reminders on the right-hand side, people that are throughout AquaticLog, their aquariums, and then your current water parameters and water changes and corals and all that stuff on the right-hand side. So this is the timeline version of it. Now there's a profile version that other people will see when they come onto your account, or basically onto your profile. They'll be able to see. So it's a main picture of your aquarium, and then your water measurements that you've currently had, photos and videos, your current equipment, your dosing regimen, current fish, past fish, corals, all that good stuff, guys. There's a lot here, and it really keeps things organized. So let's go ahead and get back to this aquarium. So we've essentially started a new aquarium, okay? So let's get in here. One of the first things you want to do when you start a new aquarium is you want to add equipment, okay? So you come into the equipment section, you'll put in the name of it. So a lot of the stuff populates, so you can put in JBO. So you even just starting to type it, and you can select what you want. It defaults it as a pump type when you installed it, and you can put all this stuff in. Wattage, how much you pay for, all that stuff. And when you hit add, it will come down here and you'll be able to see all your equipment and when you've added it and all that stuff. You can also retire equipment when you're done using it, but you can still keep it on the list here. So it really organizes it for you, and you'll see that equipment on the main profile, or other people will be able to see it when they check out your profile. So you got equipment, you can add that, no problem. You have supplies, you put stuff like food, like I have Zeovit Coral Vitalizer on here, Zeo Food. You can use Marine Pure Block. You put your Marine Pure Block or whatever else you want on here. You keep track of your test kits, when they're about to retire, when they're going bad. You can keep track of anything, any supplies, dosing supplies, food, anything you can think of, you can put in here. So you can see I got a pretty massive list of stuff. Back when I used to use API stuff, there's a lot of stuff on here, and all this again will show up on your list, on your profile, of what stuff that you currently use in your tank. And then the good one here, the fun one, the inhabitants. Okay, so you can click add. You can select between fish, coral, invertebrate, plant. You select the common name, or you can put in the scientific name, all that good stuff. You can even add a photo. So, and it allows you to, when you do update photos for corals and colonies that you have, you can really see the growth and progression that the coral has. So I haven't done any update photos in a while. Plating Monty, maybe this one has one on there. Maybe this has another one. Yeah, so when I first started off, that little Montipore, you guys see, that big red Monty that you see in the main tank, this is what it started off as, a little plug. And then, it worked its way up, so you can see it there, it's growing. The rock was still white then. And then, this was December, the last time I put a photo on there. So you can see how it grows. So I'd have to obviously add an updated on that. But it's pretty cool, and you really get to keep track of it, and you can see what you have and how things are progressing. And then your people who look at your profile will also be able to see what you got going on. Alright, so let's move into photos. So you can add photos of your aquarium, which then you can in turn turn into your main profile. So all you have to do that is hit edit, and you can make key profile. So this photo would end up being my main profile picture if I decide to select make key. Okay. Videos, like I put my YouTube videos on here as well, so people can see it. So you got all that good stuff, and then it just goes right out to the world, and everybody else can see what's going on. And then you can also do your links. Like I put my YouTube page on here. Okay. Various links to forums, whatever else you're associated with, you can put that in there. You can see who's following you, who are you following, some groups that you're a part of. Okay, we'll get into controller and stuff here in a minute. I don't want to do it on this profile page because I don't really need my home IP address be floating out there in the middle of the internet for people to mess around with. So we'll move on to an account, a profile that I have that doesn't have a controller already attached. Okay, so that we covered equipment, supplies, and habitats, photos, and videos. So let's move on to what the benefits of this program here. Reminders, it's a big thing. I have reminders for everything. Water changes, cleaning the skimmer, filter socks, feeding coral, cleaning power heads, cleaning canopy, checking water parameters. There's tons of stuff. There's so much, and I'll give you an idea of how much there really is here in a minute. But to make a reminder is very simple. You can select what type you want it to be. So let's do a water change, okay? So you can select the volume you want, either in liters or gallons. Select the volume. You can select the day you want to start this. So say we don't want to start it the next week. I recommend you move this all the way over to close to midnight as you can. That way when you receive the email, it'll be first thing in the morning, so you can put it on your to-do list for the day. And you can select the frequency, okay, and the day that you want to do it. Like every 1 week on Sunday, you want to do a 10-gallon water change. You can save that, and then every the day before or that day at midnight, it will tell you that you have to do that water change for that day. But it also does upcoming. So today is Tuesday. I have to clean my skimmer cup, and then tomorrow I have look at all the stuff I have to do on Wednesday. So it's just nice. And then once you do something, say I clean the filter sock, you hit that little check mark there, complete reminder, and it goes into the maintenance activity log. Okay, so it's great. All right, so reminders are amazing. Diary. So I use the diary to keep track of things like when I change how much this is my dosing regimen. I'm dosing 119 milliliters. When I make a change, I put that on here, okay? And you can decide if you want to make this public or private. Obviously if it's private, people on your profile can't see it. If it's public, they can. So I usually keep everything public. I'm not really trying to, I have nothing to hide, obviously. So diaries for, if a fish dies for a certain reason, you can put in that the fish died for a reason, or if the power went out, you can say, hey, the power went out on this day. You can use it for whatever you want, okay? Essentially, it's a diary. Another awesome thing that they have here is the details. When you first set this up, you'll have a little scroll down box here, which will have like introduction, background, all this kind of stuff, and you can fill this out. Now this is so people, when people come to your profile, they are able to see what you're about, how you do things, how you work, what your maintenance is like, and your goals, you as a person. This is basically putting yourself out there so everyone can see you. You can change it as you go. This was great. You can just go in and, my inspiration goals have changed. I'm going to go in and change it, and then just hit update and move on, okay? Let's go into the next section here. Now, something that I use on a daily basis is the measurements. My Apex automatically downloads the temperature, salinity, and pH on a daily basis, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. But it's very simple, guys. I mean, look at all these water parameters you can keep track of, okay? You just select what you want, put in the measurement, and hit add, and then it will show up on there, and then it will show up on your signature. So if you have a form and you need a form signature, I'll show you guys that as well. Your water parameters will show up on there, and your tank and how old it is, because this is how old my tank is right now, 5 months, 26 days, and dimensions, roughly the gallons, whatever you so choose will show up. All right, dosing. Now, this is my automated dosing schedule. So this is everything that's on currently on a dosing pump. Now, to make this happen, you put in the additive that you want, the amount that you dose that day in a 24-hour period, and then you put how many times it doses in that period. And then when you hit add, it will show up over here. Now, if you're dosing stuff like a multivitamin or something by hand, you'll obviously have that on a reminder. So once you complete the reminder and it's underneath dosing, it will show up on the dosing log, okay? It'll show up down here. Like I had CChem back in later in the month, I did CChem that I dosed once, so I put it on there. And if you do something often, you can hit repeat. You don't have to type it anymore. It shows up automatically. That's my auto top off in the back being annoying as always. All right, so that's dosing. I'm doing this quickly, guys, because I want to get it out there, get as much information out as possible, and then have you guys check it out and learn on your own as well. Maintenance schedule. Again, when you have stuff underneath reminders that are underneath the maintenance category, when you complete that reminder, it will show up down here. Again, if you decide to do something off the reminder, you hit repeat and then complete the reminder again. all the water changes you ever done will show up on this log here. And if you do something outside the reminder, again, you can do it here. If you have something that does it automatically, you can do that as well, and it keeps track of all your water changes and what you've done for the month. Okay. And lastly here we have feeding. Again, the reminder, when you complete your reminder underneath the feeding category, it will show up on here, or you can do it by itself in this section. All right. And it's great. So let's go to my profile. I'll give you guys an idea of what's going on. So we got the main profile page. Okay. Your links are up here. Your introduction, when you fill out your introduction, that's one of the first things you'll see. A picture will be there. Your water parameters, and then you know, your photos and all that stuff here. So we have equipment on the left side, supplies on the right side, and see how it just kind of sprays it all out. And then if you click on it, you can see how many other people use the same thing. Okay, 5 months ago, 186 aquariums do. Okay, and then your dosing schedules here as well. Fish, coral, a lot of coral, invertebrates. And then this is my routine. As you can see, this is what I have reminders of. So you can say I have daily reminders every 2 days, every 3 days weekly, every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks monthly, 40 days, 3 months, 6 months, yearly, 2 year, you know, RO membrane every, you know, every 2 years or so. And then your diary entries are here as well. So there's just a lot that this program offers, and I highly recommend it. It's definitely worth the money. If you're already spending thousands of dollars in this hobby, why not keep it organized the way it should be? Okay, so let's move into, I'm going to set up the Apex for you here. So let's go to a tank that doesn't have it. So we'll go to my, oh shoot, this one does. Let's go to my other tank that doesn't have it. We'll go to my, my son's tank that is in the works, by the way. I have a 60-gallon acrylic freshwater planted cube that I'll be doing something on here soon. I built this whole enchilada. This will be pretty cool. You guys will see it. So come down to controller. Alright, so we're in here. All you have to do is select the type of controller you want, whatever it may be, and then you're going to use your home IP address, okay? Not the Apex IP address. Put in your home router's IP address, and then put in your Apex port, okay? That's your Apex port. Make sure you go into the dashboard, the original dashboard, and enable outside connection, okay? I can do a video, I'll do a video on that here shortly, so it makes sense for you guys. But it allows access to the Apex from the outside world, essentially what this website will need. If you, as it says here, if you don't have a probe, if it's just one probe, you don't have to put any names in here, but like I have a Zeobit temp probe and a Zeobit pH probe, so I got to put in a different name here to make it work. And you can select when you want it to update and what time you want to update, and then you hit add controller. You'll see when it's added, it'll tell you, it'll be green, and then you can do a test. Well, once it's added, there's a little test button here, and you can test it to see if it connected or not. But that's it, guys. That's a quick overview of AquaticLog. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, let me know. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. Later.